Westerfield was in the streets. Just is that coming off of Saturday?
Yeah, well, he had an eye infection.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
So just trying to keep him from getting it to everybody else.
Oh, yeah, it's that time of year when the pink eye starts going around.
That's right. That's right.
It was pretty spirited towards the end of practice. What was going on?
It's just competition. I mean, I think that. The thing I've liked this spring is it's been pretty competitive, and there's been times when the offense has made some big plays. They've had some good matchups. They've made some plays, but the defense did a good job responding and making some plays as well. And so, any time that you've got Kenny Lawler lined up against some walk-on guys, there's going to be some big plays sometimes, and that happens from time to time. But the good thing is, like I said, the defense keeps playing hard, and we're getting better. I mean, I was really encouraged by a lot on Saturday, and I just think we're getting better as a football team. Where some of the young players, that had to play a lot last year, that really weren't ready to play, those guys get better. And so it's a lot of guys' first spring. You forget about it sometimes. They've been here for a while, but it's really their first spring practice. And Hamilton is a guy that's really starting to stand out and do a lot of good things. And so it's good to just see those guys step up and compete. And Vinny Johnson has done well. Matt Cochran's practicing where he needs to practice and doing a lot of good things for us. And Aaron's doing some things as well, Cochran. And I mean, it's just kind of fun to see guys start to improve and take that next step.
Dozier was in red. Is that
Yeah, there's nothing. I mean, I think I don't even remember what it was. It was nothing significant. Oh, he jammed his neck a little bit the other day, so it wasn't anything major.
Now Lawler, you mentioned him going against the walking guys. White looked, at least to our eyes, like he did a pretty darn good job during the scrimmage on Lawler, and again today. Yeah.
Darius White, the last 3 practices has made significant improvements. I mean, he's playing like we need him to play, and I'm happy to see it. We need him.
Jared talked about this a little bit on Saturday, but how much more maybe control or command does he have over the offense where he's comfortable at least changing a play or doing some more?
Yeah, he just knows what he's looking for. I mean, I think that he's making good decisions now. He's got a better grasp of down and distance, and better grasp of situations, a better grasp of matchups, and there's all these things that a quarterback has to go through pre-snap, and it's they have to get trained. It takes a while to figure it all out because we put a lot on those guys, and you throw all that at them pre-snap, and then all of a sudden you're snapping the ball and all the stuff going on, and in the game I think just slowed down for him, and he's anticipating things better. The ball's coming out better on time. He's checking the ball down to the back more. All things that he needs to do to take the next step.
How comfortable are you guys with him when he does start doing it?
Comfortable. Yeah, comfortable. I mean, it's like anything else. I mean, you don't want him to go too far. And the good thing about Jared is he's one of those guys. He kind of understands the grind and appreciates the doing things over and over and over and over again, and doesn't necessarily. You have some quarterbacks that all of a sudden want to reinvent the wheel every day, and Jared's good about not wanting to do that. I mean, he's good about understanding how important fundamentals are, and so we trust him to make the right decisions.
How much more is that kind of stuff happening this spring, maybe versus last year?
Yeah. I mean, just it's that progression that we talk about all the time. Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of like I said the other day, it's what to do, how to do it, and then you get to start working on the details. And we're kind of to the point where the details are getting work, and we got to get a lot better at them. But we're making progress.
California was a decent amount lighter when he came out of high school, when he was a track star, state champion, and now that he's back running track, have you noticed a little extra spring in his step on the field?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't had him a lot this spring, but when he's been out there, I mean, he's moving around good. I mean, he really is. He's, I think he sees that there's a lot of good competition, and I think he knows when he practices, he needs to practice at a high level, just because, he looks up and, Vic is having success, and Trey's having success, and Lonnie's, going to be a good player, and, then you got Rivera who does good things, and before long you look up and you start going, and I think it's like anything else, that competition brings out the best in people, and I think when he's been out here, I think he senses that and has worked incredibly hard to make sure that we don't forget about him.
With that being the case, do you look for unique ways to use his speed?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think, you kind of get through it. What you do is you get through spring ball, and then you sit down and you kind of assess everything. What are our strengths? What are our weaknesses? Okay, how can we creatively, come up with plays that are going to take advantage of a skill set somebody possesses, and then you make those screwdriver adjustments, and then you get into the season, and or you get in the fall camp, and you know, you try stuff out and see if it works, and then if it does, you build on it.
Do you still see Lonnie as a potential pass-catching weapon out of the backfield?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he's coming around. I mean, he's like a kid that ought to be still in high school right now. You know, he has some good days and has some bad days, but he's doing some good things.
He got Rocket back relatively recently. What was he on the shelf with?
He had a little hamstring. Yeah, just a little hamstring, but he's back and you know, playing at a high level. I mean, he's you know, a year stronger, a year faster. You know, he's a guy that I think's, you know, going to play a lot of football for us around here.
Darius White looks like he's had a good last 2-3 days. Can you talk about kind of how far he's come? And
yeah, he's probably as improved as anybody. I mean, I think that I've been just pleased with what he's done. I mean, he's you know, starting to kind of get it figured out, understands the technique, and is playing with more confidence and just seeing things faster and triggering faster. And you know, at that position, confidence is probably more important than anything. It's more important than size and speed and anything else. It's just you know, playing confident, not being afraid to make mistakes. And he's learned his technique. He's starting to trust his technique more, and as a result, he's triggering more quickly and starting to show up. I mean, he's a very athletic kid. You know, we knew that when we recruited him. We knew it last year. He just was a little bit hesitant.
This group right here, the O-line, it seems like almost every practice is the first group out here and kind of the last to leave.
Yep.
How's the transition going with the coaches?
It's good. You know, I think you know, Brandon's been good for him. I mean, he brings a toughness and a competitiveness, and you know, there's not much fluff there. You know, he's you know, knows how to coach and knows what he wants and has very high expectations, and you know, he's exactly, you know, what we thought we were getting. You know, I knew him as a player and knew the offensive line coaches he trained under, and so, you know, he's been exactly what we wanted. And I think that group is playing with a lot more attitude, a lot more confidence. So I'm glad to see it.
Vinny Johnson is a guy who kind of got a start in some of the scrimmage stuff, and he's still there with the ones.
Yeah, I've been pleased with Vinny. Yeah, Vinny's been good. You know, that group's really starting to come together. You know, I was saying earlier, Matt Cochran has really practiced well. Aaron Cochran's made a significant jump here recently as well, and so it's good to see. You know, where those guys are starting to improve.
Has Vinny Spring been a pretty big surprise?
You know, not really. I mean, I think the thing with Vinny, we knew he's very athletic. You know, coming out, I think the thing he had to do is just get bigger and stronger, and he's still not there yet. I mean, he's still got to continue to get stronger. I mean, that's the biggest thing he's got to address. But he can direct. I mean, he can redirect, and that's you know, our tackles have to be athletic, and he can change directions and play with his athleticism. He's just got to keep getting bigger, keep getting stronger.